78.
Oh, she's 78 now. Sorry, I forgot your birthday happened. Okay, I'm muting you, Mama.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably actually just my mom because that lady only comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So just show my mom how it's done. Okay, I got both built. Okie dokie, my friends. Welcome. Feel lonely up here. What happened in the front row? This is like we're used to being squashed in here, so hopefully the people will eventually come. But you guys are awesome. Yeah, maybe I will. But right now I have to stay by her. All right, my friends. Let's see. As far as announcements go, I have my frequency offering that I do once per month coming up on the 6th of July. So it is breath work, just breath, no movement. You can move if you want, but you can also just lay on the ground the entire time. It's one type of breath. It's not like a workshop where we learn different breath work techniques. It's like an experiential thing. So we do one type of breath the entire time, which is intended to take you kind of out of here and into here. So it's about expression. It's about moving whatever is kind of suppressed down inside of us, letting it come up, letting it move through and express out however it wants to. And then afterwards, after we go through that kind of more intense breath, we have a time to just ground. So it will be then like slow, deep breaths. And at that time, I have Brady Bloom, who's this amazing musician that is around. He does the kirtans here as well. And he will be playing music for about 30 minutes while you're just kind of like, after breath work, if you guys have ever done it, you feel like your body is like vibrating inside, I think. And so you're like vibrating and the music's vibrating, and it's just like a really amazing experience, in my opinion. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask after class. It's the 6th, which is a Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. in this space. It's $30 per person. So it's not through Mosaic Yoga, it's through the local co-op. If you don't understand the difference of the two, I know it's confusing, then you're welcome to ask me after class as well. So basically, Mosaic Yoga is just the yoga classes, and the local co-op is this space, and they have a bunch of other classes, other types of classes, one being breathwork. So yeah, and then I'll just throw this out there too. If you're like interested in breath work, but you're a little maybe intimidated to come to a in-person class, or if you're just free on Tuesday night, this Tuesday night, I'm doing an online Zoom breathwork journey that is free. So you could try it for free. Sometimes there's something really powerful about being in the space, but there's also something really valuable about being in your own space, private, and being able to just go through your own experience with yourself. Nobody's watching you. So you can really let go of like judgment. In my opinion. So that's this Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. on Zoom. It's free. Let me know if you want to attend and I'll give you the info. Okie doke. Anything else anybody wants to add? Or questions, concerns, requests? Okay, that's just practice. So go ahead, find seated meditation if you are not already there. So just comfortable seat. If you want to sit up on top of anything like a block, or some of you have bolsters, you're welcome to. And then I personally like to move a little bit. So invitation to move a little bit, maybe just exploring your body, what's going on inside this morning. Or maybe you just want to kind of help yourself into your physicality a little more by tapping your chest or tapping your belly. So when we tap, it just immediately helps us feel our physical body a little bit more. Maybe it's really subtle. Maybe you just roll your shoulders out or roll your head around a little bit. So anything goes. And then in your own time, no rush, find your way into stillness. So eventually, just sitting up as tall as you can, feel into the length of your spine. See if you can notice, are you tightening up any muscles in your face, your jaw, your forehead, your eyebrows? And just by noticing, see what happens. See if anything shifts or softens. See if you can let your shoulders melt a little further away from your ears and feel your neck grow a little longer, the sides and the back. Really just take these first few moments not to do anything. So let go of doing, let go of what comes next, and just be. Just feel your body, feel your sit bones on the ground, feel the air on your skin. Feel the energy in this space, the energy of community you showed up for, you're a part of. And start to bring more awareness to your own inner space as well. So physically, what's going on inside? And then even deeper, if you can, energetically, emotionally, what's going on inside. So no judgment. You're not trying to make anything go away. You're not trying to fix anything, solve anything. You're just noticing what's already there, what's already flowing through. And start to notice, if you haven't already, the rise and fall of your own breath. If you want, you can even visualize your breath. Use your imagination, use your third eye. Next time you inhale, very intentionally, fill up as big as you can. Imagine your breath moves into every single space inside of you, expands, inflates, hold, and see if you can find an extra little sip of air at the top. Open your mouth, big sigh, let it go. Ah. Very nice. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, fill up. Pause in fullness. See if you can find a teaspoon more. Sip it in. And sigh out your mouth, release. Ah. Good, all the way to empty. Last one, inhale, fill up. Maybe sit up taller and just feel yourself take up more space, even just energetically, holding that fullness. Extra sip, maybe 2 extra sips this time. And then open your mouth and let it go. Ah. Very nice. Seal your lips now. Begin to cultivate what we call ujjayi breath. So ujjayi, translated from Sanskrit, means vibrant breath. So ujjayi, it's strong, it's powerful, it's vibrant. But at the same time, it's slow, it's steady, it's regulating. So it's in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. You're using the muscles in the back of your throat that you use when you whisper, when you gasp, or when you hum. So you might even think of this as humming on the inside or humming without using your actual voice. Good, I can hear you guys. So you start to create that whisper noise or that oceanic sound with your breath. Maybe the sound of your breath even inspires the person next to you to breathe a little deeper. So see if you can find just your own internal rhythm without trying to rush. Really present with each inhale, each exhale as it is happening. Maybe even visualizing it moving up and down the length of your torso, the length of your spine. So please know that this position, seated meditation, this place, is available to you at any time during this practice. So if at any time you're like, I just want to take a little moment for myself, I just want to rest for a second, you can come back here, close your eyes, find your breath. If you want to stay here right now a little longer, a lot longer, please feel free. If you are ready for some movement, take your breath with you. Ujjayi breath, come forward to hands and knees, tabletop position. And from hands and knees, we're gonna find a little flow for a moment. So spread your fingers nice and wide. And next time you inhale, cow pose. So spread your front ribs, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round your back, cat pose, curl in, maybe even push the ground away. And then just for a moment, we're gonna take this slowly. Cow pose, so arch your spine, spinal extension. See if you can keep this position just in your upper back and then draw your belly button in and up, almost like you're cat posing in your lower back. So find that happy medium between the two. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. So keep your shoulders really plugged into the sockets and feel a connection to your center. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Maybe pedal out your heels for a moment. Maybe shift your hips side to side. So rather than hyperextending through your shoulders like many of us do, and that just looks like pushing all the way back as far as you can. I'm doing it right now if you care to look up at me. So hyperextension is just pushing back and using the hyper mobility of your joints, exploiting it. We want to plug our shoulders into the socket, strong shoulders, press back through our heart, but then connect to our center, navel to spine. So it feels almost like you're puffing up your low back a little bit. So many things you can notice in your down dog, so many ways you can refine. Everybody take one more inhale into your dog pose. And then as you exhale, bring your knees to the ground and just sit back into a child's pose. Hips to your heels, forehead to your mat. Hang out here for a moment. If you want to, you can shift your hips side to side. You could roll your forehead side to side. You can walk your hands side to side. Ujjayi breath, is it still there or have you forgotten about it? So once you start to move, don't forget about your breath. Let your breath guide you from the inside. All right, taking that entire sequence now into just a short little flow. If you want to stay in any pose longer than I'm cueing, totally fine with me. Next time you inhale, rise up to a cow position. So lift your heart, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round, cat pose, curl in like a fraidy cat on Halloween. And then inhale, almost that in between, tuck your tailbone. So that happy medium, or excuse me, tuck your toes, lift your tailbone up and back, down dog. Exhale into a child's pose. So breath to movement, all the way to empty as hips move back towards your heels. Inhale, cow, spinal extension. Exhale, cat, spinal flexion. Find the happy medium as you breathe in and lift your hips high. So tuck your toes, press up and back. Inhale. Exhale brings you back down into your child's pose, all the way to empty. Find a sense of grounding. Let's do it 2 more times through. Breath to movement. Inhale, cow. You can close your eyes, perhaps. Exhale, cat. Feel everything there is to feel inside. Downward facing dog. Find your way back with awareness. Breathe in, lift your hips high. And exhale, child's pose. Empty out, round down. Last time, inhale, spinal extension. Lift your heart, spread through your front ribs. Exhale, curl in, push into the ground, maybe even lift to your fingertips, chin to chest. Inhale, find that happy medium, tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. And child's pose. Exhale, knees to the ground, sit back. You can stay here a little longer if you want, or you can rise up to hands and knees. Take a little bit of your own intuitive movement for a moment. So maybe big circles all the way around with your hips. Maybe there's some sort of movement and there's really no yoga pose to describe it. So you can feel around any way you want. You can come up to your fingertips. You can turn your fingers back towards your knees and just rock a little bit forward and back. Yes, love it, you guys. And then everybody in your next few rounds, next 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog, no rush. Good. So as you move back into your down dog, feel your strong shoulders. So shoulders plugged in. Fingers grip the ground, fingers spread wide. So your hands are your foundation in this pose. Make a strong foundation. Press into the ground with the pads of your fingertips, and then use your core to lift you out of your arms. So, like I always say, imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling up and tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So if that helps to bend your knees and come up to your tiptoes, so you can get that lift and that length in your spine, then bend your knees. I love a big bend in my knees in downward facing dog. So please make this pose work for your body rather than cranking your body into a pose that does not work for you. Take one more big inhale and see if you can lift your sit bones just a tiny bit higher. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, hang out for a moment, bring your feet at least hips-width distance apart, maybe even a little bit wider. Make sure all 10 of your toes face directly forward. And then next time you inhale, friends, bend your knees a lot, stick your butt out, keep your fingertips on the ground, maybe gaze forward so it kind of feels like you're a football player ready to hike the ball. Take one more big in-breath and just lengthen through the back of your neck, so gaze down. As you exhale, lift your butt up and reach the crown of your head down all the way to empty. Fold back and forth. Inhale, stick your butt out, reach the crown of your head forward. So everything's the same except you're not looking forward this time. Exhale, fold in. A few more times. Inhale, bend your knees, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Root down into the inner edges of your feet. Don't let them lift up. Do that twice more with your own breath, back and forth. Feel your legs, feel your core, feel your spine. And use your breath to feel these poses, these movements, these postures in a deeper way. Eventually, forward fold position. And if you prefer, you can bring your feet and hips width distance apart, or even bring your big toes to touch. So whatever works best in your body, in your practice today. Next time you inhale, one more halfway lift. So if you like that variation, you're welcome to take it again. Otherwise, maybe your legs are straight. Exhale, fold. Let's rise all the way up. See if you can come up with a nice long spine. So bending your knees is always helpful. Arms to the sky. Hands to heart as you exhale. Flowing for a moment with your breath. Inhale, arms reach up, high mountain. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Big bend in your knees might help. Long spine as you slowly dive down into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift position. Back of your neck is long, sides of your neck are long. Exhale, fold, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, all the way to emptiness. And then rise up. Again, I'll say it a million times. Bend your knees and arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Very nice. One more like that. Close your eyes this time. Inhale, high mountain. So feel your body moving from the inside out. Exhale, dive down slowly. See if you can feel length in your spine. Nice, Emma. Inhale, lift halfway. Stick your butt out. Reach the top of your head forward. Exhale, bow and fold. Press into your feet. Lead with your heart. Straight spine as you rise. Yes. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Good job, you guys. Inhale, take your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, yin yang, side body stretch. So right arm goes underneath, left arm goes on top. And sometimes I even like to take my bottom hand and grab the outside of my hip if it's available. Try to keep your shoulder back and down. So your arm is not in front of your face, bicep is next to your ear. More weight in your left foot. And then maybe even reach your right tiptoes out to the right. Keep them really light. Breathe into your left side and puff up your left side. Take one more huge breath. Very nice. Awesome, Erin. Inhale back to center. Both feet on your mat. Both arms to the sky. Realign. And as you exhale, up and over to the other side. The right arm on top, left arm on the bottom. It's like somebody's pulling your hands in opposite directions. If you want, you can grab hold of your outer right hip. If you want, you can reach your left tiptoes out to the left. So lots of weight in your right foot, and especially the inner edge of your right foot. Hips go right. So try to start this pose from your lower body. Work it into your upper body. Last big breath. Very nice. Inhale back to center, arms reach. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. And if this is enough, this is where you stay. If you want more, bend your elbows, suction cup your palms together, and see if you can steeple your index fingers towards the ground. Imagine your elbows, they're still bent. Imagine they're magnetized, try to squeeze them towards one another. Now see if you can keep all of that and start to reach your hands back. So you feel what's called muscle energy in your arms, even as you're stretching and opening through the fronts of your shoulders. Take one more inhale and maybe lift your heart, gaze up, baby back bend. Keep your hands clasped, hinge at your hips, perhaps a big bend in your knees. Dive down, your heart leads. Forward fold. Let your head be heavy. So guess what helps? Relax your neck. A bend in your knees. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I can't say it enough. Bend your knees, focus on lifting your sit bones up, working the crown of your head towards the ground. So I don't care how straight your legs are. I want you to feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. Lift your knuckles higher. Take one more inhale. Good job. Relax your neck, head heavy. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms hang down. Give them a little shaky shake or shake your head. Ujjayi breath. Halfway lift position. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position, top of a push-up. Take a moment, spread your fingers really, really wide and push actively into the ground. Feel your strong arms. Take just one more inhale. And then as you exhale, don't move your hands or your feet. Exhale, down dog. Lift your hips, press them back. Maybe bend your knees a lot. Inhale, rock forward to high plank, top of your push-up. See if you can come way forward onto your tippy toes. Hands and feet don't need to move. Exhale, back and up. Lift your hips, down dog. This time we're going to add a push-up. Inhale, rock forward, high plank. You can come to your knees if you want to modify. Exhale, lower halfway. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push back up. Nice, Andrea. Exhale one more time like that, halfway down. You guys are amazing. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Nice work. You can wait for us here if you want. Otherwise, inhale, rock forward, high plank. Exhale all the way to your belly. Find a back bend variation of your choice, heart opener of your choice. You can stay as long as you want to. And then eventually everybody downward facing dog. Big, deep Ujjayi breaths. You have about 5 rounds in your down dog. So rather than tuning out, because you're like, oh, we're here for 5 breaths, I'm just going to think about what I need at the grocery store after. Rather than tuning out, I know it's so tempting. Your mind wants something more interesting. But see if you can challenge yourself, actually challenge yourself by staying here, staying in your body, being with your breath, being with sensation, getting so curious about what's going on inside. All those little tiny micro movements, micro adjustments. What can you feel? How can you be more efficient in your body? How can you create more space with your breath? Take one more big inhale. See if you can lift your hips the tiniest bit higher. As you exhale, nice honey gaze to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop forward fold. Once you have arrived, come straight into your halfway lift position. Stick your butt out, top of your head forward, broaden your sit bones. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, straight spine as you rise. Big bend in your knees might help so it doesn't hurt your low back, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job. Breath to movement for just a second here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch to your right. So right arm goes under, left arm goes on top. Maybe you grab your outer left hip. Inhale through center. Other side, up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Weight in your right foot. Inhale, center. We're going to do one more each way. Exhale, up and over. Left arm on top. Inhale, center. Reach, realign. And then towards the windows. Reach your right fingertips up and over. Hips go right. Inhale, reach up. This time, baby, back bend. Bend your elbows, cactus your arms, puff up your chest, gaze up. Navel to spine. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Now listen, exhale, chair pose. So sit back, weight in your heels. Yes, you should be able to look down and see your toes. And once you see your toes, make sure all of your toes are facing forward. So they're not pivoted out, they're not pivoting in, straight forward. Yes, good. And then as you sit back, see if you can feel a connection to your center. Draw your belly button in and up. Now with your arms, everything stays the same except your arms. Swing your arms back behind you. Rather than rolling shoulders forward and rounding, shoulder blades squeeze your spine. So it helps me if I bend my elbows and I imagine they're magnetized. Maybe you even want to interlace your fingers to find the strength in your back body. So stay right here if you want. Or final option, add a little bit of balance. Now rock forward, lift up to your tiptoes. If you're on your tiptoes, you have more range of motion in your legs now. Bend your knees more, sit your butt lower. Yes, awesome. Take one more full round of breath wherever you're at. You can stay on your tiptoes if you want. High mountain, so all the way up as tall as you can grow. Huge balance challenge if you want to stay on your tiptoes as you dive down. Stick your butt out. This is an exaggeration of what you want to feel every time, that connection to center. Heels on the ground as you lift halfway. Lengthen. Breathe in. Exhale. Plant your hands, feet back. Find your way to down dog. So you can go straight back if you prefer. You can add some push-ups if you prefer. You can take it on your knees. So vinyasa your way or skip it all together. We'll see you back, downward facing dog, big, deep, powerful breaths. You guys look so good. Nice poses, nice down dogs. From down dog, inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Nice, Anya. So if you want to, you can open your hip a little bit or explore a little bit, but then eventually square off your hips. Thanks, Josh. So feel that difference. And a lot of times that means your right leg probably won't lift quite as high. That's okay. Let go of how high. Go for length, strength, and power. So inner thighs face each other. Use that connection to center. That invisible rope pulling up on your belly button, tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. One more inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, round your spine, then step through as soft as you can. Low lunge. Nice reach. Take your time to rise up. Crescent lunge. So all of your toes face directly forward. Hips are square. And there's definitely an element of balance in this posture. So the stability comes by hugging towards midline. So front hip pulls back, back hip draws forward, and you feel your strong foundation in your legs. So we're not going for depth, we're going for the balance of strength, stability with mobility, flexibility, softness and strength together. So find that balance, find your foundation in your legs, and then grow into your expression through your upper body. Reach up, maybe spread your fingers, maybe soften your fingers. Gaze up, maybe smile, maybe don't smile. Just be intentional. Take one more big inhale. You guys look so good. As you exhale, just like we did in our chair pose a moment ago, hinge forward, reach back. So arms behind you, rather than rounding and looking down, lift your heart like you're doing cobra. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. You can stay here if you want. Otherwise, root into your front foot, float your back foot off the ground, airplane pose. So you're going for a smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your heel. You got it, good. Bend in your standing leg might be really helpful. Inner thighs face each other. Use your strong back muscles to lift your heart. Use your inner thigh muscles to lift your back heel. Last breath. You guys are awesome. Nice, Laura. Come back to crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. All right, walk your hands to the left side of your mat. Pivot all of your toes to face towards the left long edge of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift position. So please feel free to bend your knees as much as needed. And then start to crawl your hands towards the back edge of your mat. Bend your left knee a lot. Right leg is straight. All of your toes face forward. Keep your right hand or your right fingertips down. Left arm to the sky. Yes. Spine is long. Twist from your center. Press through your right foot. Press through your right hand or right fingertips. Leverage your twist. Maybe gaze up at your left hand. Take one more deep breath. And very bottom of your exhalation, let it go. Wide-legged forward fold. So you can straighten both legs. Anywhere you want to take this for about 5 rounds. So you can move around, explore, play. Or you can just stay where you're at, hold and breathe. Just like in our regular forward fold, friends, try not to rock back into your heels and lock out your knees. So I'd rather see your weight in your toes and the balls of your feet, heels really light on the ground. So it's like if I had a piece of paper, I wanted to come behind you and slide it under your heels, it'd be really easy for you to lift them up. So I'd rather have you bend your knees a little bit, weight forward, and then just focus on lifting your sit bones as high as you can. There's a difference of stretching the muscle or just exploiting the hypermobility in the backs of your knees, your joints. A lot of people do it in yoga without even realizing it. So start to bring more awareness into your body rather than tuning out, tune in. Last big breath. Fingertips or hands on the ground if they're not there already. So bend your knees if needed. Walk your hands forward. Rotate your toes forward. Low lunge position. Now listen, root into your right foot, your front foot. We're going to come all the way up to standing staff. So if you need to, you can use your left foot to help you up. Otherwise, root into right foot, balance. Standing staff, left knee lifts, arms reach up. Flex your left toes. Yes, good. Hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart, gaze forward. Yes, very nice. Take one more inhale. For now, arms stay the same, but eagle legs. So left knee on top of right. Sit back, squeeze your legs together. If you're like me, I can't wrap my foot, so it just hangs out. I keep my toes active. You can get that second wrap of your toes around your calf. Awesome. Take one more inhale, reaching your arms up. And then as you exhale, left elbow underneath right for eagle arms. If it's too much to wrap your arms, then give yourself a big hug. Hands behind your shoulders. Sit back, squeeze your legs together, gaze straight forward. If your arms are out in front of you, gaze through your arms. Take 2 more breaths. You guys are amazing. Good job. Soften your face. Next, inhale, come back to a standing staff position. Unwind arms, unwind legs, left knee lifts, maybe even extend your left leg. Now listen, as slow as you can, low lunge. Fingertips and toes touch at the same time if possible. We won't do this in our flow, but for right now, bring your back knee down. And if you want extra cushion, you can fold over your mat or use anything else you've got. Half splits, half Hanumanasana. So back toes tucked under, you can bring your hips all the way to your back heel. It's like a half screaming toe pose. Or you can keep your hips higher. Pull your right butt cheek back like you're trying to stick your right butt cheek out behind you. So you don't want to tuck your tailbone under. You want to stick your butt cheek out and reach your heart forward. Flex your right toes and press down through the back of your heel. Rather than pushing your heel forward, try to pull it back. So as you pull your heel back, your right butt cheek sticks out more, your heart reaches further forward. Breathe. Good job. Sometimes I like to take both of my hands to the outside of my right leg. That'll get into your IT band a little bit more. You can pivot your right toes out. So feel free to explore if you want. Take about 3 more deep breaths. Good job, everyone. Bottom of your next exhalation. Make your way back into a low lunge position. So frame your front foot with your hands. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. From low lunge, 3-legged down dog. So unthread your right leg, take it all the way back and up. Open up your right hip, bend your right knee, reach your knee out and up. So squeeze through your outer right butt cheek. It's called your medial glute. Yes. Keep both hands rooted, both shoulders square and strong. Take one more inhale. Stay here if you want, or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Good. Inhale back up, 3-legged dog. Scorpion your leg, open your hip if you want to. Right to right, aim for your armpit. Maybe even add a little push-up, bend your elbows, don't let your butt drop. Yes, inhale back up, 3-legged. This time square hips long through your right leg. Exhale straight to down dog or rock forward and take chaturanga. You can take it as 3-legged. You can put your toes on the ground or your knees on the ground. You do you. Inhale to lift your heart. And give yourself an extra breath or two. Eventually down dog. Walk it out. Find your breath. Couple open mouth sighs might feel really nice. All right, left leg to the sky, 3-legged down dog. And you can open your hip if you want. You can explore a little bit, roll out your ankle, point, flex your toes. And eventually square hips. So feel the difference. Square hips, inner thighs face each other. Use the strength in your core to lift you out of your hands. Take one more inhale, strong through your left leg. Exhale, knee to your nose, round your spine, push the ground away. Step forward as soft as you can, low lunge. Take your time to rise into crescent lunge. Nice Kai. So all 10 toes face forward. Hug in with your inner thighs. Pull front hip back hip forward. So that will really help you stabilize. Create your strong foundation. From your strong foundation, grow into your unique expression. So that doesn't mean you have to do anything different physically, but feel, what do you want to embody? What do you want to invite in? How could you create that from the inside out? How could you create that with your energy? Take one more big inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale, nice Emma, hinge forward, reach back. Keep your heart lifted and open. So you're not rounding, you're not curling in. Heart is open, spine is an extension. When you are ready, or if you ever feel ready, you don't have to. Back foot floats off the ground. So back foot can absolutely stay down, or if it floats up, use your inner thighs to lift your back heel level with front shoulders. Create that smiley face shape. Yes, amazing. Nice paw. Bend in the standing leg might be really helpful. Try to keep your inner thighs facing each other, your hips square. Last big breath. Good job. Come back into crescent lunge. Soft landing if possible. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands come down. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your yoga mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Hopefully you got enough room. Alex. Halfway lift, fingertips down, and just kind of crawl your hands towards the back of your mat. Bend your right knee. So right knee is bent, left leg is extended straight. Left hand down, right arm up, twist towards the back of the room. Open through the right side of your heart. Yes. Nice, Linda. So press through your left foot, press through your left hand or fingertips. Maybe even gaze up at your right hand. Breathe down into your belly, and as you exhale, twist, twist, twist. Awesome, Letty. Bottom of your exhalation, let it all go. Wide-legged straddle, wide-legged forward fold. Anywhere you want to take it on this side. It doesn't have to be what you did on the other side. Can be, if you want it to be. Whatever you do, don't lose your breath. Don't lose that connection. Your breath is always anchoring you to this present moment. But anytime you find you've gone somewhere else, just notice that. Congratulate yourself for noticing that. Come back. Inhale, exhale. Take your last couple of rounds. All right, hands or fingertips down if they're not already. Crawl your hands to the top of your space and rotate your toes forward so you're in a low lunge. Root firmly into your left foot all the way up, standing staff. So if you need to, you can use your right foot to help you up. Totally fine. Otherwise, balance as you rise. Right knee lifts, arms reach up. Flexion through your toes, activation through your toes. So active toes will make your entire leg feel so much lighter. Active weight is much easier to hold than dead weight. Take one more big inhale here. Arms stay the same for now. Eagle legs, right knee on top of left knee. Bend your left knee and sit back. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze your legs together. Maybe get that second wrap of your toes around your calf. Maybe not. If not, just keep your toes active. See if you can feel a long spine. Navel to spine. Feel your low back lengthen a little bit, perhaps. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right elbow under left elbow this time. Wrap your arms together. This side might feel different, might feel tighter, might feel more open. You can honor that. So if feels better just to grab behind your shoulders, perfect. Another option, you can press both palms together, press both forearms together. In my opinion, it's still very difficult. See if you can sit a little bit deeper, gaze right through your arms. Soft face, focused and alert, calm and relaxed all at the same time. Last deep breath. Good work. If possible, stay balanced on your left foot, standing staff. If you need to set your right foot on the ground, totally fine. High mountain. Inhale, possibly extend right leg forward. Exhale, low lunge, slowly, intentionally. Fingertips and toes touch at the same time, maybe. Yay, nice, Evan. Once you're in your low lunge, moving into your half splits, back knee comes down. And then however you want to work it on this side. So hips all the way back on top of your heel, or hips more above your back knee. Flexion through your left toes. See if you can even get your little baby pinky toe to flex back. And then press down through the back of your heel and try to pull back like you're trying to stick your left butt cheek out behind you. So as your left butt cheek sticks out, heart reaches further forward. So you're not trying to round and curl in to fold. You're trying to hinge at your hips, stick your butt out, lengthen, and then fold in. Maybe you want to bring your hands to the outside of your left foot for a couple of breaths. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds. Nice, Laura. Really good, you guys. Awesome, Jenny. All right, as you are ready, find your way back to your low lunge. Lift your back knee up. And then from low lunge, hands frame front foot, 3-legged dog. So push into your hands, take your left leg all the way back and up. Left leg back and up. Left leg back and up. Yes, open your left hip, bend your left knee. You'll get it, Lenny. So 3-legged dog, left hip open, squeeze your outer left glute, stay here, or take one more inhale here. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, get as close as you can. Inhale, 3-legged, open your hip. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit, maybe add a push-up. Inhale, 3-legged, this time square hips. You can go straight to down dog or rock forward, plank to chaturanga. Knees can come down to modify, so make it your own. Inhale, grow into your heart opener. Beautiful. Exhale, either down dog or hang out in child's pose for a moment. So wherever you choose to be, just notice how you feel, not just physically, energetically, emotionally, and no judgment, just observation. So we're not here to fix anything. We're here to just get curious, to collect data, take in information. How do I react when I'm challenged? How do I react when my balance sucks? How do I react when I'm bored? What do I do? How do I distract myself? And just notice. That's all we're doing. That's part of this practice. So we will now move through that entire sequence. Everything we've just done, we're going to do it again 2 more times, but we'll go faster. So breath to movement, 1 breath, 1 movement, but it doesn't mean we speed through it with momentum. It means we move slowly and intentionally with our super slow and intentional breath. So if at any time you're like, she's cueing so slow, see if you can breathe bigger, breathe slower, breathe deeper. And if at any time you want to take a little break, do your own thing, please feel free. If you are coming with me, downward facing dog. Take 1 more big, huge inhale into your dog pose as you lift your hips even higher. Exhale, look forward, step or float, top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift position. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. Exhale, bow, let it go. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, here we go. Breath to movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side body stretch. Right arm goes under, left arm on top, hips go left. Inhale, center, arms up, realign. Other side, exhale. Your crescent moon with your body. Inhale, back up. Baby back bend, exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze the bottom tips of shoulder blades together. Navel to spine protects low back. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Now exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So bend your knees, swing your arms back, maybe float to tiptoes. That's your option. Inhale, stay on tiptoes if you want. High mountain, as tall as you can grow. Good job. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. As you dive down slowly, stick your butt out, feel your core all the way down. Heels on the ground as you breathe into your halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Try to keep your exhale going as you lower, chaturanga. Inhale, peel your heart open, shoulders back and down, elbow tips point back. Don't lock out your elbows. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, slowly and softly step forward, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise, strong legs, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, yogi's choice, airplane, or stay in your airplane lunge, totally fine. Come back to crescent lunge, land softly if possible, breathe in. Exhale, hands come down. Immediately walk them over to the left long edge of your mat. Keep walking them back as you bend your left knee. Inhale, left arm up. Open up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold all the way to empty. Crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Halfway lift. Fingertips down. Bend your knees if needed. Exhale, spider crawl your hands forward, low lunge, rotate toes forward. Standing staff, inhale all the way up, left knee lifts. Exhale, eagle legs. So left on top of right, breathe in, reach higher. Exhale, eagle arms, left underneath right. Inhale, lift your elbows, sit back. Exhale, stay. Inhale, standing staff, unwind, maybe extend left. Low lunge, slowly, intentionally, fingers and toes touch at the same time. 3-legged dog, right leg back and up. Open your right hip. Stay here, or right knee, left elbow as you exhale, twist, use your obliques. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or armpit, get as high as you can. Inhale, three-legged. This time, square hips, straight to down dog or come forward. Take your vinyasa, chaturanga. Yes. Inhale, open. Exhale, down dog. Nice high. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Use your strong core to step forward softly. Beautiful, Anya. Low lunge into crescent lunge. Inhale and rise. Good job. Exhale, airplane lunge or option to fly. Back foot floats up. Smiley face shape is what we're going for. Land softly. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Walk them all the way over to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Keep walking them back. Right knee bends. Inhale, right arm up. Open. Exhale, work your wide-legged forward fold. Butt lifts high. Crown reaches down. Navel to spine. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips down. Exhale, low lunge. Walk your hands forward. Rotate toes forward, standing staff. Press in the left foot as you rise. Right knee lifts. Exhale, eagle legs. Right on top. Sit back. Inhale, hold. See if you can reach higher. Feel your core. Navel to spine. Exhale, eagle arms right underneath left. Inhale, hold. Your legs. Exhale, stay. Sit lower. Standings or high mountain to modify. Breathe in. Maybe extend right. Low lunge, slowly and intentionally. Step your right toes back. Three-legged down dog. Take your left leg back and up. Open your hip. Good job. Stay here or left knee, right elbow. Use your breath. Inhale, back up. Three-legged. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit at the push-up if you want. Inhale, three-legged. Lengthen, so hips square. Exhale, come forward. Chaturanga. Beautiful. Inhale, peel your heart open. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, take your hips back. Down dog. Good job, my friends. Give yourself a couple of rounds, maybe a couple big sighs out your mouth. If you want to take a break at any time, please always listen to your own body. If you're coming with me one last round, I'm going to add a few things. I'm going to change a few things. So just like always, stay present, listen to my cues, take what works, leave the rest behind. Take one more inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your space, however you want to get there. Forward fold. Halfway lift position as you breathe in. Stick your butt way out behind you. Yes, exhale, fold. Empty out. Rise all the way up. Arms reach. Good job. Hands to heart. Exhale. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms to the sky. Side body stretch. If you want to switch it up this time, go for it. To your right, hips go left. Through center as you breathe in. Other side as you breathe out. Again, crescent moon shape is what we're going for. Inhale, back up. Standing back bend. Either cactus your arms or if you've got your own variation, go for it. Inhale, re-extend. High mountain, realign. You choose chair plane or drinking bird, so maybe lift to tiptoes. And last time, stay on your tiptoes. High mountain as tall as you can grow. If you want that balance challenge, stay on your tiptoes as you dive down. Feel your core as you dive. Yes, all the way down, fold. You got it. Heels on the ground as you breathe in. Halfway lift, fill up with breath and lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Keep your exhale going as you lower. Maybe even hold empty as you lower. Inhale, grow into your heart opener. Lift your heart, open up. Nice, Josh. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Use your breath to support you. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through softly. Thanks, Erin. Rise up to your crescent lunge. Strong legs, strong foundation. Exhale, airplane lunge, or one more chance to fly. Come back to crescent. Soft landing if possible. Bend your front knees, set your back toes down. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the ground. Walk them over. Left long edge of your mat. Keep walking them back. Bend your left knee. Right hand down, left arm up. So you can stay here, my friends. This is your pose. Or if you want to, you can take Skandasana instead. Bring your left hand down. Pivot your left toes towards the back of edge of your mat. Pivot your right toes towards the sky. Try your very best to keep your left heel on the ground. So if you're lifting your left heel up, it's not bad. It's just a completely different way of being in the pose. So you want your left heel, if possible, pressing down, and then imagine your heels are magnetized and try to pull them towards each other, maybe lifting your arms up. You reach your arms out. You reach your arms up towards the ceiling. You can interlace your fingers and press your palms up towards the ceiling. Wherever you happen to be, one last deep breath. Good job. Bottom of your exhale, let it go. Wide-legged forward fold. Straighten out your legs, parallel your feet. Inhale to a halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. Bend your knees as needed. Exhale, walk your hands forward, low lunge position. Root into your right foot all the way up, standing staff position, left knee lifts. Exhale, eagle legs, left on top of right. Stay here, hold, inhale, reach high. Exhale, eagle arms, left underneath right. Stay here, hold as you inhale, lift your elbows. As you exhale, squeeze your legs, sit a little lower. Inhale, standing staff. Now listen, exhale, warrior three. So full warrior three if it's there. Arms reach forward, left leg reaches back. If you want, you can modify your arms, reach them out, reach them back, hands to heart. Take one last full round of breath in your full warrior three. Bottom of your exhale, soft landing in your low lunge position. Three-legged down dog. Take your right leg back and up. Open your right hip. Listen. You can stay here. You can take your knees to elbows again, or you can flip your dog this time. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm reaches forward, heart forward. Lift your hips. Back muscles strong. You got it. Wherever you are at, be there with yourself, for yourself. You don't need to care what anyone else is doing. Last big breath. And everyone, find your way back to regular down dog. Walk it out. Good job. You can walk it out a little bit longer. Or option to inhale, rock forward, high plank. Hover right leg if you want to. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart. Elbow tips point back. Exhale, down dog. Here we go. One more side. Inhale, left leg high. Use your strong core. Step forward softly. Low lunge. Nice, Letty. Crescent lunge. Rise. Breathe in. Strong leg. Exhale, airplane lunge, or last chance to fly on this side. Back foot lifts up. Heart is lifted. Smiley face shape. Beautiful comeback crescent. Soft landing. Exhale, hands down. Walk them over to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Keep walking your hands back. Right arm up, right knee is bent. This is a great place to stay if you're like, this is good for me today. Awesome, perfect, I love it. If you want to go for Skandasana, bring your right hand back down. Pivot your right toes towards the back edge of your mat. And pivot your left toes towards the sky. So try to keep your right heel on the ground. And if you feel like there's no way I can keep my right heel on the ground, it's an adjustment in your pelvis. As you flex your left toes back, press down through the back of your left heel. Imagine your heels are magnetized. Try to drag them closer to each other. Yes. Maybe you lift your arms. Maybe you reach them up. Maybe you even interlace fingers, press your palms up. So ideally in Skandasana, we want to be able to find muscle energy in our legs as we're stretching. So strength and mobility all at the same time. One last big, huge in-breath. And then wherever you're at, wide-legged straddle, wide-legged forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, fingertips down, breathe in. Walk your toes forward as you breathe, or your hands forward as you breathe out. And then standing staff, take it all the way up. You're almost there. Exhale, eagle legs right on top of left. Sit back, inhale, reach high. Exhale, eagle arms, right elbow underneath left. Inhale, lift your elbows, sit lower. Exhale, stay, soften around your pose. Very nice. Inhale, standing staff. Exhale, full warrior three if it's there. So maybe that uppercase letter T, arms forward, press back with your heel. Stomp your foot onto an invisible wall. Last round, your personal fullest expression. Very nice, low lunge. Awesome, Anya. To land softly. From low lunge, three-legged dog. Take your left leg all the way back and up. Open up your hip. If you want to stick with knees to elbow, go for it. Otherwise, option to flip. You can always stay where you're at as well. Hold and breathe. If you're taking the back bend, see if you can let your heart look at this front wall. See if you can lift your hips higher. Breathe into your belly. Wherever you're at, last round, huge breath. Nice, Jenny, come back. Regular down dog. Walk it out. So nice, everybody. Keep walking out a little bit longer, or option to inhale forward, high plank, hover left leg if you want. Exhale, chaturanga. Nice, Liam. Inhale, heart lifts. Take as much time as you want to open. And then go ahead and just sit back, child's pose. Take a moment to rest. So just like I said at the beginning of class, not doing anything right now, just being. What's there? What's already flowing through? What can you notice? Ujjayi breath, fire it back up. Rise up to your hands and your knees. All right, from hands and knees, we'll move into a modified side plank. So pivot on your right knee, right foot comes to the outside of your mat like a little kickstand. Left leg reaches back and then left arm up. Open up. Try not to stick your butt out behind you, but instead feel your outer right glute. It's called your medial glute. Feel it squeeze and press your hips forward more. Maybe reach your left arm forward towards me, towards the front wall. So left side, really long. Feel that length. Maybe left leg floats up. Possibly, and this is just an option, don't force it. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand, grab hold of your foot. So half bow variation. If you've got your foot, now work your pose with gentle leverage. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Rather than kicking your foot up, which is easiest I know, try to kick your foot back and let your heart look up. Very nice. Last huge breath, your personal fullest expression. No judgment, feel it all, and then slowly let it go. Hands and knees, tabletop. From your tabletop, we will gate our right leg out to the right. So if you don't have tons of space next to you, maybe you kind of scoot to your left a bit. Right leg extends straight out. So your foot's not behind you and it's not in front of you. It's straight out, your toes face forward. And as best you can, press down with the sole of your foot. Take your left arm out. Reach your left arm up, inhale. Listen carefully, exhale, thread your left arm through, reach, reach, reach. But then we're gonna unthread, inhale, unthread, reach your left arm up again. 3 times like that, exhale, thread it through, press into your right hand and reach your left fingertips as far as possible. Inhale, back up, open. Last one, exhale, reach. You can't reach any further, then come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head on the ground. If it's available to you, you can grab your right big toe with your left peace fingers. If it's not available to you, doesn't matter, no big deal. And also, if you don't like having your right leg extended, it doesn't seem to be benefiting you in any way, to set your right knee on the ground, totally fine. Yes, good. Breathe into your back body a lot. The back of your heart. Between your shoulder blades. Can you feel your breath there? Mid back. between your back ribs. Can you feel your breath there? Can you feel your exhales taking you all the way to empty every single time? Do you know what emptiness feels like? Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. If you happen to have your right hand lifted, set your right hand back on the ground in front of your face. And then on an inhalation, unthread your left arm one last time. Reach it down and up as high as possible. Very nice. Exhale, left hand down. Pick up your right leg. So even if you didn't have it extended anymore, pick it up, reach your right leg back, and then take your right toes off the left edge or to the left edge of your mat. Pull your hips over to the right. Gaze back over your left shoulder. So hips go right. I even like to bend my elbows, kind of feel around, lean into it. You're looking back at your tiptoes. And get creative. Maybe you round your spine. How does that feel? Maybe you come down to one of your forearms or walk one of your hands forward more. How does that feel? Take one last big deep breath. So nice, you guys. Back to tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. If you just want to hang out in down dog, if you have no interest in this, that's fine. Some of you will be like, I hate this. I don't want to do it. Otherwise, from down dog, walk your feet out to the width of your mat. And just take your right hand back to grab the outer left side of your left ankle. So outside of left ankle. And again, if you're like, nope, no way, that doesn't work for me. No worries. Stay in your down dog. Maybe take your feet out wide and just lighten the load on your right hand. Everyone, as you're grabbing hold of your outer left ankle, use that as gentle leverage to gaze under your left armpit. Keep lifting both hips really high. Keep lengthening through your spine and your side bodies. Take about 2 more breaths. Push firmly with your left hand, strong through your left shoulder. Lift from your center, work your twist as you exhale. Bottom of your next exhale, let it go. Bring your right hand down. Keep your feet wide at the width of your mat, everyone. And just walk your hands to the back of your yoga mat. So you'll be in a forward fold at the back edge of your mat with your feet wider than your hips. Rotate your toes out and your heels in. Come down to Malasana, low squat. Try to keep your heels on the ground if at all possible. And then if you've got your heels on the ground, see if you can pick up your toes and spread them apart. If you want more, and please don't feel like you have to do this, it's just an option. I think it's really hard personally. Take your arms up, press your palms together, steeple your index fingers, interlace your fingers. Try not to round and look down and point forward, but point straight up. Press your arms back and your chest forward. Keep your weight in your heels. Wherever you are at your pose, 3 more deep breaths down into your hips, down into your groin. Soft face. Bottom of your next exhalation, fingertips to the ground, lift your hips to the sky. Walk your feet in about hips width distance or big toes touch. It's up to you. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands or fingertips and crawl forward lightly on your hands until you're in a plank position. From your high plank position, come down to your forearms into a forearm plank. So 1 arm at a time. Feel your strong shoulders, feel your strong core. Your elbows are only as wide as your shoulders, no wider. You can make a tripod with your hands for a little less intensity, or forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide. Now imagine that invisible rope attached to your belly button. It's starting to pull straight up towards the ceiling, straight up towards the sky. Walk your toes in and lift your hips up as high as you can. Dolphin pose. Don't let your elbows drift apart. You can bend your knees a lot. You can come up to your tiptoes. Hug in with your elbows. Press down through your forearms. Don't let your head touch. Imagine you're trying to press your heart towards the back of the room. Stay here or take your right leg to the sky. So right leg straight, strong, powerful. Stay here, or you can use your left leg as a little springboard. Take little hops. Left leg is your springboard. Right leg stays strong and powerful as you hop. Hug in with your upper arms. Press down through your forearms. Wherever you're at, 2 more breaths. Unless you are hopping, then your gaze is back at the back wall. If you're hopping, gaze forward in between your hands or at your hands. 1 last inhale. And as you exhale, right foot down, knees down, take a breath. So child's or embryo pose might feel really nice. Reach your hands back towards your heels or grab hold of your heels. So let your shoulders relax. Little rock side to side, perhaps. Grounding breath. All right, this is the part of class where I know you're tired, your body's tired, your muscles are fatigued. But guess what? If you can figure out how to use your breath, it's going to power you through the rest of your practice from the inside out. Breath is so valuable. It's brand new every time you inhale, so use it. Rise up to hands and knees. Modified side plank is where we're headed. Left hand and left knee are our base. So pivot on left knee, right leg extends back, and then right arm up. Temptation is to just stick your butt out behind you. It's easier. Try to squeeze your outer left glute, your medial glute. Find that muscle. It's hard for us to engage for some reason. Use it to press your hips forward, open through the front of your hips. Maybe your right arm reaches forward, bicep next to your ear. Yes. Maybe your right leg floats up, strong and powerful through your right leg. Final option only if you want to take it. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Once you've got it, gently kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. So no aggression, no force, gentle leverage. Find your own edge. Maybe you shake a little bit, be with it, breathe into it. If you fall out, cool, congratulate yourself for challenging yourself. Take one last huge round of breath, fullest expression, feel everything. Good, honey, slowly release. Hands and knees. From hands and knees, left leg extends straight out to the left. This is called gating your left leg. If you need to crawl over to the right a little bit, please do. Right arm out to the right, and then reach up as you inhale. Open up. Exhale, thread your right arm through, but hover above the ground. Remember, don't lower down yet. Inhale, unthread, reach up. Exhale, thread it through. Feel your obliques working. Press with your left hand to support. Inhale, out and up. Last one. Exhale, thread. Reach as far as you can and then come down to rest. And if you don't like having your left leg extended, if you're like, this is not working for me, just set your left knee on the ground. No biggie. If you can grab hold of your left big toe with your right peace fingers, your index and middle, go for it. Good work. Breathe into your back body. All the way to empty as you exhale. Whatever you're experiencing, if you're frustrated, if you're anxious, if you're bored, just let yourself experience it. That's the beauty of this practice is we're here not to suppress, not to push everything down, not to fix everything and make ourselves feel happy and excited to do every single pose, because that's just not true. Whatever you're feeling, feel it. Make space for it. Breathe into it. Soften around it. Know that it's just temporary. So soak it in while it's here and see what you can find. If you are lifting your left hand, set it back down. On an inhalation, unthread your right arm. Reach it out and up one more time. High as possible. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Pick up your left foot. Swing your left toes off the right edge of your mat. Hips go left, so pull your hips towards the windows as you gaze back over your right shoulder. Feel around, lean around. Sometimes I even use my right heel. I dig it into my left quad, kind of like a lacrosse ball. Give myself a little massage. So you can get really creative. It doesn't have to be yoga. Feel your body, respond to your body. Last big breath. Back to tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. And then again, if you want to ignore me here, you can. You can take your own variation of down dog. Otherwise, walk your feet out to the width of your mat. And this time, your left hand reaches back to grab the outside of right ankle. If your ankle is too low, you can grab the back of your calf, even the back of your knee, but get as low as you can on your left leg. Use your strong core to lift your hips. Use your strong right shoulder to hold and support you. Push into the ground with your right hand. Gaze underneath your right armpit. So rather than holding it and just like, when is this gonna be over? See if you can use whatever you can find inside of you to work it. Get more out of it. Take one last breath. Awesome, Laura. Slowly let it go. Keep your feet wide at the width of your yoga mat and begin to walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're in a slightly wide-legged forward fold. Once you're at the back of your mat, again, turn your toes out, heels in, low squat, malasana. You can do what we did before, either hold with your hands at your heart, reach your arms up, or if you want to, you're more than welcome to play with an arm balance. So you can do your own arm balance, or you can play with crow, hands out in front of you, lift your hips up, walk your knees as high on your triceps as you can. So you're up on your tiptoes, lifting through your waistline, gaze forward, and then you're gonna make a shelf with your arms like you're in chaturanga. Keep lifting through your waistline, maybe one, maybe both feet come up. And if you're playing with crow, you can play as long as you want, then just come back to your low squat. If you're low squatting, deep breaths, couple more rounds. Awesome job, everyone. Thanks, Letty. Good. Awesome, honey. All right. Low squat, malasana. Fingertips down, lift your hips to the sky. Heel toe your feet in however you prefer them. Hips width distance or big toes touch. All toes face forward now. Halfway lift. Realign. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands or fingertips. Walk your hands forward. Plank pose. You're almost there. Give it everything you've got. High plank position. From high plank, forearm plank, lower down, one arm at a time. Feel your strong shoulders. Feel your strong arms. Feel your strong core. Soft face. Imagine that invisible rope attached to your belly button. It's pulling straight up, straight up. Walk your toes forward. Lift your hips super, super high. So sometimes to walk your toes further forward, it means you bend your knees and come up to your tiptoes. You do not have to keep your legs straight. Use your core to lift your sit bones up higher. Don't let your elbows drift apart. Stay where you are at or left leg to the sky. Use your left leg to take weight out of your arms. If you want to, right leg is your springboard. Take your little hops. Last couple breaths. If you're holding, press your heart back. Heart towards the back wall. So nice. One last huge inhale. Everybody, you're amazing. Nice kai kai. And then everybody, let it go. Rest. Sit back into child's embryo. Even a hero's pose, just seated meditation, kneeling meditation. Just find your breath, feel your body. You can stay in child's pose about 5 more rounds. Or if you want to come up to hands and knees, take some intuitive movement, anything your body would like to do, any way your body would like to move, feel free. And also if one final down dog or one final vinyasa is calling to you, feel free to take it. Good job. And then everybody meet on hands and knees and find your way into a seat. And we'll take a seated hip opener, but if you know you like to take pigeon in a supine position on your back, please, 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 absolutely. Figure 4 on your back is absolutely welcome. Otherwise, going for double pigeon. So right shin on top of left, looks like this. Outer ankle is on your inner knee. So a lot of times when I see people do this, they like to do something more like this. Totally different. You're not getting the same thing at all. So outer ankle, inner knee, flex your toes. Some people, it might look more like this. If this is how it looks, you sit up tall. That's where you stay. If your knee is level with or lower than your hip, reach your butt back, reach your heart forward. So first, using length. When you can't lengthen anymore, just relax into it. If you're somebody who has just naturally really, really open hips and you're flopping into this and you're like, I don't feel much at all, then your practice is more stability. So my invitation is to take your hands to the soles of your feet and push your hands into your feet at the same time you're pushing your feet into your hands. Then you might feel something that you've not felt before. So wherever you're at, on your back, in your seat, about 5 to 7 more breaths. Maybe you use your imagination again, use your third eye center again, visualize your breath. See it moving down into your hips. Notice if you're tightening your face, your jaw, your forehead, your eyelids. What would it feel like if you could soften through your outer shell? Take your last couple rounds. If you are in a variation where you're folded forward, bottom of your next exhale, slowly lift up. And then uncross your legs. If you're on your back, you're welcome to take any neutralizing movements you want. If you're sitting up, give your legs a little shake out. And then invitation to take a reverse tabletop. So feet on the ground with knees bent, hips width distance apart. Turn your fingers to face towards your hips, spread them wide. Roll your shoulders back and down, puff up your chest. You might stay here, or don't let your thumbs or index fingers lift. Lift your hips. Try not to let your shoulders roll forward. So shoulders stay back and down. Hug in with your inner thighs. Lift, lift, lift. You can let your head extend back with strength in the sides of your neck. Try not to collapse it back. Take one more big inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Find your way to the other side. So left on top, or just make sure you get both sides. One side might feel totally different. So either sitting up tall, working into a folded variation, or hands press into feet, feet press back into hands. Or of course, you could take it on your back, figure 4 if you'd rather. Soften a little bit more with each exhale. Keep the flexion in your toes. Keep your ankles strong, like they're in a ski boot. Good job, everybody. If you are in a folded variation, very bottom of your next exhale, start to slowly lift your upper body. And then uncross your legs so you can lean back, uncross your legs. Again, give them a little shaky shake. One more reverse tabletop, or if you want a little more intensity, you can turn it into a reverse plank. So legs will stay extended. Zip them, squeeze them together. Hands behind you. Fingers face towards your hips. Shoulders back and down, puff up your chest. And then whenever you're ready, push down to lift up. So press into hands, press into heels. Try not to let thumbs and index fingers lift. Try not to let shoulders roll forward. Squeeze your inner thighs, lift, lift, lift. Breathe, one more inhale. Good, exhale, come on down. And then lower all the way down to your back. Once you're on your back, hug your knees in gently and rock side to side. And after a few rocks, let your knees fall to the right side for a supine twist. Left arm can extend out to the left, or if you want to take eagle legs or any other variation with your legs, feel free. As much as you can, just give your weight to the ground. And your next couple breaths, switch to the other side. So just ease your way through center. Take any neutralizing movements. Another side when you're ready, no hurry. Feel your breath is just a little bit longer. Move all the way down into your belly. Just leave it up to you when you feel even on both sides. So please take your time. Eventually bring your knees back to center. Take a moment, rock side to side, neutralize, and then a happy baby pose. You can rock a little bit in happy baby, maybe even extend one or both legs. Is there any other poses that your body would like before settling into your final relaxation? Give yourself about 10 to 15 breaths to move through them. Maybe you want to take an inversion to finish off your practice. Maybe you want to sit up or stand up and take something that we didn't get to, your body's craving. So you do you. If you want to go straight into your Shavasana, perfect. So if you guys slowly find your way into your Shavasana, I'm going to read to you. And this is a reading by Ali Michelle. It's from her book called Words Left Unspoken. To create a window where there was once only a wall requires a willingness to keep reaching out your hand, even if it trembles and shakes. Most of us require mutually assured vulnerability. We match the level of openness to the person in front of us. Connection becomes one big game of chicken. By closing off, we haven't protected ourselves from pain. No, pain will seep through the cracks of your walls regardless. All we have done is cut ourselves off from life itself. Like a bird that never leaves the nest, the wind stops whispering its secrets to her. To open is to risk. It is to shoot yourself out of the cannon moment to moment. Safety is but a silent prayer on your lips as you free fall, but certainty is a long since forgotten hope. After all, you have wings. So I no longer avoid the point of breaking. I say to the world, break my heart, break it so wide open that all of eternity can fit in between the pieces. So these last few moments, just imagine yourself as wide open, your body as wide open. Feel whatever there is to feel, just moving through you, seeping through those cracks. Feel yourself as just this great, big, wide open space. Allows all forms of life to flow through. You let go of any effort behind your breath, let go of any doing, and just allow yourself to simply be for these last few moments. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And just start to move gently through fingers, toes. Maybe you want to take a big full body stretch. Maybe you want to tap again, tap your chest, tap your belly, come back. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And take a couple breaths, curling into yourself in this nurturing way. So fetal pose is intended to feel nurturing. So kind of soak some of that in, some of that nurturing energy. And then using your arms, keep your body as relaxed as you can. Find your way up to seated meditation, right back where we began our practice. As you come into seated meditation now, notice, do you feel a little bit different than you did 90 minutes ago? Has anything shifted inside? Maybe, maybe not. No judgment, just observation. As you sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, gather your hands to your heart, either prayer position or one palm stacked on top of the other. And we'll just close our practice together with one big, huge group Om. Try not to worry about how you sound, but focus more on just how it feels to use your own vibration to move it from your belly all the way down from your gut through your body and let it express out your mouth. So start by exhaling, empty out, clear your throat if you need to. And breathe in your voice. Open your mouth big and wide. Thank you so much for being here. Let me guide you. Namaste. All right, my friends, thank you so much. If any questions, feel free to ask. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. You think, Missy? What do you think? Sorry. Okay. You get tricky. Okay. Okay, Missy. Okay, Missy. You're so cute. Let's give you a treat for the good girl. She's a good girl, huh? Yes. I know. You are so good. You are so good girl. Look at her, you little stinker. You little stinker. Oh, I'm gonna take off my mic. Good to see you, Ray.